This is like going to get checked out for a terminal illness. So, but I'd much rather get checked out for this than get checked out for the aforementioned, obviously. Because if this account is frozen, I can't renew my visa, you see. Do you think, who's that? Oh, sorry crap, hello. Okay. That's the brother-in-law who helps himself to my beer out of the fridge up in Pontootini. If you're new to the channel, that's an ongoing saga.
Hi guys, welcome back. This is Alpha Omega Occasionally. If you know anything about this channel, you'll know number one, it's not a negative channel, although a lot of people would disagree. And number two, I don't go around singing the praises of life in Thailand. Now remember, singing the praises of life in Thailand, not singing the praises of Thailand. But one of the things that's really pissed me off over the last week or so is watching some of the most bullshit videos I've seen about how Thailand wants to rid itself of expats. I'm not saying there isn't talk about it. I'm not saying that the Thai authorities have taken action that has resulted in a reduction of Western nationals living in Thailand. I'm not disputing that, but what I am disputing, I watched a video today claiming, based on the information this guy gave, and I think he's Thai, I'm not sure, he spoke English very, very well, but he wasn't a native speaker, but I can just say, he didn't show his face, but a very good video, and he got a lot of comments like this, bullshit. He claims to have access to information that most of us wouldn't, and you know, what he said was disastrous for you and me. If what he says is true, that this year 2025, I think he gave a figure of there'll be a 30% reduction in the population of expats living in Thailand. A 30% reduction by the end of 2025. Now, if that's true, that's daunting. And by the way, he claims it's even going to get worse. And he claims that it's not by accident, it's by design, that the Thai authorities don't want us here. Now, that's just one video, but there have been other videos as well. That's why I didn't just make this video on the back of watching that one. But one of the things he said in that video is that if you have a Thai bank account and you can't prove regular income into that bank account, the bank account will be frozen. I have 3 Thai bank accounts. One of them is used to facilitate my visa. That's where I have my visa money, 400,000 Thai baht. And I've got another bank account that I use on a day-to-day is my ATM one. And I have another bank account that I just don't use. I just don't know what, I'm all in it anyway. But I'm going to go to the bank now and I'm going to get a book update. Yes, they use books here, as you probably know anyway. I'm going to ask to update my book, but the real reason I'm going to go is based on this guy's information. This bank account could be, or may be in the future, frozen. That means I lose $12,000 of my own money. And at the end of his video, he said that people like me should make the decision now to stay and risk the probability of ending up in Thailand without being able to renew your visa and not being able to afford to get a flight out because your bank account is frozen. That's what he said. So I've got my passport. There we are. The third best in the world. I've got my passport and I've got my bank book. And I'm going to go to the bank to see if my bank account's been frozen. You probably know the answer to this already. I probably do as well. But maybe not. Let's go.
Okay, let's go into the bank. Obviously, I can't record in there. This is like going to get checked out for a terminal illness. So, but I'd much rather get checked out for this than get checked out for the aforementioned, obviously. But it would have, I won't say similar, but I'll use the word similar for for the want of a better word, it would have a comparable impact on my life, because if this account is frozen, I can't renew my visa, you see, and a lot more besides. Look, you know it isn't, but let's just do it for the sake of doing it, because according to this fella on this video, and I'm going to include the link, I'll do this, no, I won't include the link, I'll include it there, the screenshot of his thumbnail, and you'll see the title and you'll be able to find it yourself. I'm not saying he's wrong, a fair play to him for making the video, but I think there's a lot of scaremongering in what he says, and not just him, but there's a lot of scaremongering in what other people are saying as well. And you know, I don't scaremonger, I talk facts, and the facts aren't always pleasant, but that bank in there is quite pleasant. Let's go in. Look, I can't bring you in with me, you know yourself, I'll talk to you when I get back out. Well, it's not frozen, in fact, there's more money in it now than when I last checked it. I got 1,000 baht interest. Isn't that wonderful? Since I last checked it. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, by the way, there's always a by the way in my videos, isn't there? That's what I mean about Chinese. Someone's going to tell me that's Japanese, but you know what I mean. Bangkok Love. That's a Japanese place, or Chinese place. So yeah, the place is riddled is the wrong word. It's oozing with beautiful girls. It's riddled with expats, and it's full of Chinese. Look, if I got my adjectives the wrong way around there, excuse me. But another aspect is, so my account isn't frozen, but based on that guy's video, it's very likely that account will be frozen over the next 6 months, by the end of 2025. But there's no indication that's going to happen. A lot of the comments on that video were that he had no proof. It was just him talking, and he not to say he was faceless. I'm not saying that wrong about him. He's a great fella, a great video. But I'm just going on based on the facts. It's a fact, or that's a fact. That's a fact. There's channel merchandise down there. You can see that. They're doing roadworks here. You'll notice about Thai road workers or street workers or like that. No protective footwear. No protective headwear. No protective earwear. I think they're from Myanmar, to be honest with you. More Chinese. So I live to fight another day. But you see, there's been, as I said, there's more than one video going on about this. Fellas are jumping on the bandwagon. All they're doing is, why are expats leaving Thailand? Is the expat dream finished in Thailand? I don't think it is. People are saying you'd be better off going to Uruguay. Uruguay apparently is pretty easy to get residency in. Well, hablo español un poquito, I speak a bit of Spanish. But I don't think I'd choose Uruguay, because I wouldn't like being in Montevideo in the winter, because it gets pretty cold there in the winter. And one of the reasons why I came here was because we're 13 degrees north of the equator and we're in the Tropic of Cancer, which means you don't get a winter. I find it incredible, and I've said this a million times before, how so many, I'll use the term farang as a term of convenience again, you know what I mean. So many farang go around with their GoPros, and yes, I'm going down with a GoPro today as well. The reason I'm using a GoPro today is because it's convenient. I have two DSLR cameras, Canon, but to operate them it's best on a tripod, because it's not automatic focusing. It is automatic focusing, but it doesn't have the lighting tends to change every time you turn around. You have to change the lighting every time. Anyway, that's going into too much technicalities. I've been here coming up. It's going to start pissing rain. I've been here coming up on 13 years now. Why would the Thai government decide that someone who's been resident in their kingdom for a decade, who has a Thai family, why would they want to be rid of that individual? It just doesn't make sense to me. But the one thing that does worry me, the one thing that does worry me is that everything's going digital, and by the end of 2025 it won't be discretional, because a computer has no discretion. So everything's going to be digital. So they just take all the information, the computer will take all the information and churn out a result, and there'll be no argument. So if there's a discrepancy in your banking, if you don't have income, a regular income to show, blah, 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 whatever it may be, the computer could deny you a visa. And if that happened to me, I would obviously there may or may not be a mechanism to state your case or to argue the fact. But it's not looking very good. In that case, it's not looking very good. I'm coming to somewhere where I haven't been in a long, long time. And you're going to notice something peculiar here. That's the Irish flag. And you may wonder why or what the hell the Irish flag is doing in this back street in Bangkok, because I used to live here. And that flag was painted, talk about the friendliness of the Thai people, that flag was painted on both sides of that window because my brother-in-law wanted to welcome me. My sister's, well, obviously my wife's brother, who unfortunately died last year, same age as me. I mean, you're talking about worrying about this, that and the other, about, you know, the consequences of this new strategy of the Thai authorities, if that is the case. But you see, her brother was the same age as me and he died last year. My sister was 2 years younger than me and she died 2 years ago. Never drank, never smoked. That's my sister, not him. So this is me this is me reacting to bullshit. As far as, no, I'm not saying it's bullshit. I'm not saying it's bullshit. I'm saying I perceive it as bullshit. Because you can't just, it's scaremongering. It's pure and simple. If you want to know who I've got respect for as an information provider in Thailand, it's Integrity Legal. He hasn't said that about, what's his name? I forget his name. He hasn't said that. He's an American attorney, but he's got Thai citizenship. He hasn't said anything remotely like this. He did put up a video today, I just saw it, or was it yesterday? That if you're planning to retire to Thailand now, you'd be as well off to consult a legal professional before you come here, because it's not as plain sailing in that aspect. It's not as plain sailing as it was. We're here at the local temple. I haven't been here in ages, lads. There we are there. What kind of tea? What kind of tea? A very nice place to come, very serene, very relaxing. Bit of exercise for me. Bit of an eye-opener for you. I'm probably going to get lots of comments saying I'm wrong and that he's right. Well, you see, at this stage, I don't really care. No, wrong. It's wrong. I do care. Of course I care. But it's not going to preoccupy me. I'm not going to make any phone calls to double check the information that I saw and heard on that video. Well, it's heard on that video. I saw the video, I heard him speak. So I heard on that video. I'm not going to make any phone calls to legal professionals to double check what I heard, because he said a lot. And I don't think all of it can be absolutely 100% true. If there's anything I've learned about living here over the last 12 plus years, it's that this is Thailand. things change. And it's starting to precipitate. And I've no cover. So I have to find shelter. Quick, smart. Hang on. People are saying, have told me the GoPro is waterproof. It is, but the button on the side to power it on and off, the rubber thing has gone off it, so it's just on the metal. So that's not waterproof. I'm going to stand in here by a 7-Eleven. You know, they make you think that the Thai government doesn't want you here. But the people do. The people are friendly and cordial. Another thing that he said was that one of the reasons the Thai government are doing this, they want an exodus of expats, is because they're looking and seeing what's happening in Europe in terms of immigration, and they don't want the same thing to happen here. He also said that they want high spending, high rollers to live here rather than the middle class Westerner like me. And okay, I won't call myself middle class, I suppose I am, and you know, I'm middle class by default because I'm living here. I couldn't afford to live here otherwise. Has it stopped raining? I don't want to hang around. Hang on, we'll move on. It's still spitting, but it's nothing spectacular. There's chicken. Lovely chicken, there you are. 40 baht, 20 baht, 20 baht, 20 baht, 10. Hello, Swaddy Crap. Oh, hello. Okay, I know him. So what do you think? Do you think that I'm full of shit? I'm not saying he's full of shit, but I'll take my information from reputable sources. And the information I get from unreputable sources, I'll take with a grain of salt. And you might say that I'm an irreputable source. Maybe I am, but I'm not telling you X, Y, and Z. I'm not saying this is a fact. I'm not saying this is that, this is the other. I'm just saying that I don't think so. And I always go for the proof of the pudding. So I just went in to the bank. Based on what I heard on that video, that it was very likely that account would have been frozen. Because the money in it just sits there to facilitate my visa. I don't put any money in. I don't take any money out. It just sits there. So based on what he said, that could have... Oh, there's a fucking dog. That would have been frozen. Holy crap. There's another dog. And another dog. Oh, dear God. Do you know, the rain is very pleasant. It's humid as hell. It is. It's humid as hell. God, but if it would piss all together, it'd be better. It's only spitting. But tell me about your views. Have a look at his video and leave a comment on mine. And tell me what you think. Do you think... Who's that? Oh, Swaddy Crap, hello! Oh, okay. If anyone's wondering, the people who you meet when you wander down the street, that's the brother-in-law who helps himself to my beer out of the fridge up in Pontootini. If you're new to the channel, that's an ongoing saga. I don't know where, that's his wife. She's 60 and she scrubs up. She scrubs up, and I swear to God she could pass for 30. Honest to God, she's got a body on her. And you wouldn't need beer goggles for that. I tell you, it's true as God. There he is there in the distance, look. Don't know. She said, where did she say she was going? By Klong Ha. Oh, they're going to Klong Ha. They're going to Pontootini. That's what they're doing. So if I catch up with him before he mooches off, I can say, we're going tomorrow. So if I catch up with him before he pulls away, I probably won't get the opportunity. You know what's going to happen? He's going to pull away before I get there. He's gone. He's gone. He's going to Pontootini. That's where he's gone. So if you're interested in this channel, he's off with his wife there to Pontootini, Klong Ha. That's where they're going. Took me a while to figure that out. So he'll be in the house for the weekend. And we'll have a look at the beer saga. But the funny thing is, I drink gin now. Are you enjoying this video? You see, I like to bring you variety, but I like to bring you facts. And it is a fact that I don't know what the future holds for expats in Thailand. But there are people who claim to know what the future is for expats in Thailand. And I just don't happen to agree with them. What the hell? The humidity is absolutely stifling. It's a Thursday morning and I'm out for a bit of exercise and you're along with me, and it's wonderful to have you. They said that these places were closing down as well. That doesn't look very close to me. There it is there. 24 hours open. Please show your passport or ID card before purchasing. Do not bring cannabis and food, drink from outside. Intro, I-N-T-R-O, intro the shop. New products every week. Good quality. Start at 50 baht. Somebody, if you watch YouTube, you'll have thought or been forgiven for thinking that that's all gone. It's not. This is Thailand, lads. This is the way it is. The rain has stopped before it even started. And that's the message from this video. Just because it looks like it's going to happen, or it sounds like it's going to happen, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. Because it was looking like rain, and it now has just stopped. So listen, lads, don't get into a panic when you watch these videos about, and so many guys are jumping on the bandwagon looking for YouTube views. And guess what? I'm looking for YouTube views, so that's not a criticism. But that's what they're doing. They're picking the wrong subject. Because the last one I watched there got 1,500 views or something like that. It's old hat. People already know about it. But I'm telling you, I don't believe all I hear. So listen, if you've enjoyed this, you'll let me know. I'm sure you will. And leave a comment in the comment section. And if you haven't done so already, click the like button, the share button, subscribe button, do all those wonderful things. And buy yourself a coffee cup while you're at it. See you again soon.